Hey guys, welcome back to another ShMoR3S Daily. But before we get into today's video, please subscribe and hit the bell so you may always be notified of my future videos. Drop me a like and follow me on ShMoR3S Gaming and Gaming News on Facebook. Also follow my Twitch for future live streams. Alright guys, I'm back, and I just wanted to let you guys know that the reason I haven't been doing as many YouTube videos the last couple days because I've been working on my bathroom. I've had some built up stuff from when we were working on the house a while back and started to get back on it, so minimize clutter. And so yeah, my schedule's been shoddy over the last couple days, so at some point I hope to get back on the actual schedule, but you know, for the time being, yeah. Well, we'll get there eventually. But anyways, yeah, I haven't been streaming as much recently either, so yeah. Got a sink to do still at some point, and still doing some trim or whatever I have left, and yeah, that's what I've been up to, so I just want to let you guys know that. And with that out of the way, let's get into the news. Ubisoft confident it can remain independent amidst industry acquisitions. So even they think they could possibly be acquired. Jeez, market, man, I tell you. If you've been paying attention to the video game industry as of late, you'll likely already know that 2022 has so far been defined by one word: acquisitions. Yeah. Started with Take-Two Interactive, the parent company behind Grand Theft Auto series, announcing back in January that it was acquiring mobile giant Zynga for nearly $13 billion. And a week later, Microsoft announced that it was acquiring Activision Blizzard, the company behind Overwatch and Call of Duty, for a colossal $68.7 billion. And then Take-Two, weeks later, Sony revealed it was buying Bungie, the developer behind Destiny 2, for $3.6 billion. Amidst all of this analysis, of fans alike have speculated about other possible acquisitions that might happen, and names like EA, Ubisoft were at the center of those discussions. However, Ubisoft boss Yves Guillemot, I think I pronounced that right, who knows, English is not exactly my forte, who's navigating company-wide accusations of workplace misconduct and more, said in quarterly earnings call yesterday that the company is confident it can remain independent. If anybody's more confident they can remain independent, it's Take-Two Interactive. Lord knows how much buttloads of money they made off of GTA 5. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be acquired. I don't know. It just seems that way to me. We have always taken our decisions in the interest of our stakeholders, which are players, employees, and shareholders. Guillemot said, as reported by Eurogamer, so Ubisoft can remain independent. We have the talent, the industrial and financial scale, and a large portfolio of powerful IP. If any of these ones seems more likely to get taken over, we'll just say, it is EA, because they have been doing pretty terrible, especially with some of their series. So I would imagine they're kind of hurting for certain when it comes to money. Guillemot doesn't rule out the possibility of Ubisoft being acquired by another company, though. Having said that, if there were an offer to buy us, the board of directors would, of course, review it in the interest of all stakeholders, he said. Similar to Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard and what's to come of that, any company that theoretically acquires Ubisoft would be taking on a mountain of employee exodus, workplace misconduct, accusations, and more. And they would only buy it for the talent, so I can't see people. I mean, they could buy it, but they'd have to hire more people. I mean, that talent's got to come from somewhere. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask hits Nintendo Switch Online next week. Nintendo announced. Oh, hold on a second. Nintendo announced last month that the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask would hit its Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass subscription service in February. Now we have an official release date. Nintendo revealed that in a tweet last night that Majora's Mask will hit the service next week on February 25th to help celebrate the news. New trailer for Majora's Mask was released as well, and Link is dragged into a world of Termina. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. It's been a long time since I've played. I just started playing Zelda recently again. I mean, I played it when I was a kid, but other than that, I have no idea. I wasn't always the biggest fan of Zelda, let's just say. I'm not saying it's not a good game, though. They are good games. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Link is dragged into the world of Termina, where the moon is falling from the sky. Relieve the world 72 hours when the Legend of Zelda Majora Mask comes out. I'll just skip that whole thing there, because that was a what in my mind. Basically, they're just talking about the new subscription service tier, which you choose to purchase at your own leisure, I guess. So I guess it's coming to the new subscription service, the add-on that they're adding to the subscriptions. I think they may have already added it. I haven't really been keeping up to date with that. But I don't think it's going to be on the regular subscription service, so if you guys are interested, and you're that much of diehard Zelda fans, you're willing to pay that extra premium, then there you go. Halo Infinite CSR changes are coming next week, and all ranks to be reset. Are they talking about the, for the, like, competitive online? 343 Industries is rolling out some big changes to Halo Infinite's competitive skill ranking, CSR, system, and this will include resetting everyone's CSR ranks. In a blog post, 343 said it's been studying player ranks in Halo Infinite since launch, and a new update coming next week should address issues around rank inflation, inaccurate skill assessment, and uneven player skills, among other things. This will be Halo Infinite's first backend update to CSR, but 343 said it plans to do them continuously throughout the life of the game, so players can expect even more changes down the road. In terms of all of the specifics, all CSR ranks are being reset. The update next week so that everyone can get an updated CSR that is more indicative of their skill. Wow, English. The original CSR system was being overly generous, for 343 said. Any update should help bring the things closer in line to where they should be, as such players will likely find themselves at a full tier lower than before. For example, diamond rank players will be platinum. Yeah, they're talking about the competitive, like the I kind of stay away from those because I don't really care for competitive stuff as much anymore. I used to be pretty into that, but I'm not anymore. Tell me what you guys think. I just can't wait for Season 2 and maybe Forge. That Forge is looking pretty good. I posted something on my Twitter about that. I mean, they have pelicans in that. I know they're talking about something like dynamic weather. I don't think they have pelicans in it, but if they do, great. Let's add a, I don't know if they're going to do it, but let's add some more vehicles that you wouldn't normally have in the main game. Although, balance them enough. Like, you know, the Scarab, but I doubt they'll add that. Who knows? Prove me wrong, 343. Pelican, definitely up there on my list. Yeah, I saw this the other day. I posted it on my Twitter. They're playing the blame game with Battlefield 2042, which I find freaking hysterical. Report: EA admits Battlefield 2042's failed to meet players' expectations. Blames Halo Infinite and COVID. I don't know why they'd be playing Halo, be blaming Halo Infinite, especially seeing as they're in the same competitive market as them, and they just happen to make a better game. Well, I mean, as better as can be in certain environments of gaming right now. But still, it's just like it's not Halo's fault. It's just, I mean, I guess you guys released it in the same slot at the beginning of the year, but still, God. Companies, I tell you, especially ones that want to make buttloads of money. EA has said that the report about an internal discussion regarding Battlefield 2041, which apparently cited Halo Infinite and COVID as contributing reasons for the game's failings, did not correctly reflect on the tone of the meeting. In a statement to PC Gamer, EA's communication VP John Roseberg said that these stories are not accurately capturing the discussion in context, which was, in depth, a very humble internal conversation about the recent Battlefield launch. It was about key learnings and actions we are taking, not blaming external factors. Okay. Well, one thing I can say for certain is to stop, like, I'm not saying monetization is bad, but stop overly monetizing your games, EA. And you have a really big problem with monetization, to be honest with you. And that's hurting your brand. EA has reportedly admitted that Battlefield 2042 failed to meet the expectations of our players in an internal meeting and blamed the failure of the game on factors such as Halo Infinite's launch and the ongoing COVID pandemic. And as I said, maybe COVID was a problem. But you're seriously going to blame your competition it just happened to release within the same time yearly slot as you? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous at this point. I don't know. That's just me. According to a report by Xfire, EA held an internal company-wide meeting to discuss Battlefield 2042, where the executives spent over 20 minutes examining what went wrong with the game's launch. Chief Studios Officer Laura Miele, or I think I pronounced that right, reportedly emphasized that it's important to acknowledge when the company has its misses, including Battlefield. Yeah, that's more than a miss. That thing was broken day one and only continued to be broken. And say something really good, especially when you fail 2 games in a row. But hey, I don't know. I'm just an armchair gamer here. One of the factors that Miele, I don't know, apparently mentioned that was responsible for Battlefield 2042's problems is Frostbite engine, which had to go under a massive update. This update reportedly sucked up to 18 months of development time. All new, then you should have delayed it. All new tech. It was basically a new engine. That report quotes here saying they went back to the Frostbite version they were on was solo. They had to go back and update, so it was basically putting the game on a new engine. Okay, well, here's the thing about that. They probably rushed it because the people at the top, the board, the shareholders were like, we need to get this thing out. So I'm not putting all the blame on the developers' heads, but they should have delayed the game. Like, what are you doing? Huh? If there's this much problems with it, it shouldn't be out like that. It just doesn't make any sense. Then you gotta clean up the mess once it comes out. Gotta love dumpster fires, don't you? Alright guys, I think I'm gonna call it there for today. What news I don't get here, I'll post on my Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next video.